hello, hello, everyone. It's time, it's time, it's time. It's time to gym and gym. Hello, 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 everyone. It's time, it's time, it's time. It's time to gym and gym. I'm really so tired, honestly, as I am now. If not for the fact that I have this going on, I definitely will not even be doing this. But that's the essence of this. Even when I don't, I'm doing this to keep myself accountable, to ensure that I keep coming to do this. Otherwise, I wouldn't. So, looking forward to you guys joining. I'm trying to get the remote for this. I'm really so tired. You know, one of these days when you're just tired, you don't even feel like doing any gym work. You just want to go. That's what I'm feeling. Oh, no, this is not what I was looking for. Oh, okay. So, here we are, about to start. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Today we are also going to talk about, so what we are trying to do now, combine the exercise as we go on with some either financial lessons or Muna, well done. Oh, very cool. No, let me start my laughter. Even my laugh get laugh inside. Thank you. So we're about to start the exercise right now. While they're starting, let me warm up a little bit. Yes. 1 hour of exercise, and then we'll be able to have time to talk. Today, I'll just allow maybe like in the next 1 hour after my exercise. Then we'll talk about debts, because someone wanted to know how can you get out of debt. It's very easy for one to get oneself embroiled in debt, especially you know the thing about debt, like I was saying yesterday, there are two types of debts. There are the bad debts and the good debts. The bad debts are the ones that you use on liability, and the good debts are the ones that you use on assets. So you have to be sure what kind of debts it is that you are taking at any particular time. Jumping jacks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Add one, another one, that's all. Yes. Then you're having like hip, just to loosen up your muscles and warm yourself up so that your muscles are not cold when you're going into the exercise, and no injuries. Remember, I'm not a gym anything. I'm just doing my exercise, and I'm coming live to keep myself accountable and ensure that I stay focused on coming out. So as we go on, of course, we take in questions and all of that. But like I said earlier, we will be talking about debt, good debt, and also bad debt. How was Shabu? Good evening. It's a pleasure having you here. Thank you so much for joining. And I really did enjoy the discussion we had yesterday. Uh, it was a learning moment for us all. And so thank you. As we go on, if you can, move your body a little bit. Just do some exercise. Do something. Warm up yourself. Take care of your health. It's also part of, sometimes we are so focused on looking for money or getting job satisfaction or progressing in our careers that we forget to look after our bodies. And this is the body that you live in. You can't go anywhere. So it's very good to take care of it. We are going to what I hate most. Whew. Here we are. Three. Yeah, I'm feeling it. Okay, I'm done. She'll come and meet me upstairs. So, most times we tend to forget, about our bodies and how to take care of ourselves. It's very necessary. So, we must ensure we are doing that always. And please, 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 don't forget to take care of your body. So, like I was saying, I was talking about debt, good debt and bad debt. Good debt, like I said, is the one you will use to buy liabilities. Liabilities can be something that gives you enjoyment, but it's still a liability. And bad debt is the one you use to buy liability. Good debt is the one you use to buy assets. I'm getting a bit breathless. That's why you see me. I'm talking and stopping. So for you to know what liability is anything that takes money away from your pocket. If you go on holiday, it's liability. It's not an asset. Except if that holiday, you're going to be filming it. You're a content creator who travels, and then the content from your travels, you use it to earn money, then that vacation is not liability. Or then it becomes an asset. Otherwise, it's not. Oh Lord have mercy. I'm actually finding it difficult. Woo! I really don't want to go back again. Okay, I'm back on. So, if you are buying a car, most people think that a car is an asset. Your car is not an asset, it's a liability. Why? Because you're spending money on it, it's not bringing in money. But if you have a car that you're giving out to someone and they're using it and they're paying you, for example, you have a car that you give someone, it's an Uber driver, or what's the name of the other ones? Or one of those, then it becomes an asset. Otherwise, if it's a car you're driving, you have a Toyota Corolla, the next thing you're buying a Jeep, well, you didn't buy an asset, you bought a liability. Because that Jeep, you'll be spending more on it. You'll be spending more petrol. Because sometimes people confuse what assets and liabilities are. So if you had a Toyota Corolla, now you have increase in salary, you're feeling like a big boy or a big girl, you want to change your car to fit your new status, then you go and buy maybe like a Mercedes Jeep or Toyota Jeep, and now you're paying more because you have to pay more fuel to take yourself around. I mean, if you used to fill your tank with 20,000 before, okay, this is me now using before price calculation. and now you will need to fill it for 50 or 70,000 if it's a bigger car. The bigger the car, the more fuel it consumes. So, and then you'll be like, oh, it's an asset, I bought this. No, it's not. And by most things like cars and otherwise, the moment you buy them, even if it's new, you drive out of the place you bought the dealership, it loses its value automatically 10-20%. The moment you drive out, the moment you put a number, you're losing 30-40%. So it's not really an asset, it's a liability. There is a calculation that people make and say, oh, but I bought this thing so years ago, now it's like this, it's more. It's because Nigerian money, the value is losing value. That's why you think that you are selling it more. You really didn't sell more, because what you could buy then, if you use this money you just sold it, you can't buy it again. So that's the calculation. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go down to the floor. Yes. Woo. Yes. Just move up and stretch it. You can do this. Also, please do something where you are. If you are here, share, like, and subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, you can do that. We also have our community. Yep. Okay. I'm adjusting myself. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. My this thing just went. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, what's going on? Okay. Up. So that's it. One of the things you must, so as we talk about that, before I go on, when I'm done with the exercise after like 1 hour, then we'll go in depth into, for people who are in depth, what can they do to get out of it. But before then, one of the things I'm going to say to every one of us here is that if you're going to buy something and it's not something that you are unable to just take the money and buy without feeling anything, then please don't buy it. It's not by force. You don't have to carry that iPhone. You go and save money, buy iPhone. Who the hell do you think is going to be interested in you because you have iPhone? There are many iPhones there. Even for those who are going to be interested, the interest they will put in you or the respect they will put in you, it's not as much as the stress that you will go through just because you had to save and buy that thing. Don't make material things what gives you joy or what gives you validation or what makes you worthwhile. You on your own should make yourself worthwhile. If you're going for a wedding and you go and be buying, it's not your wedding. You are not the one getting married, but you are the one chopping gbese. You are buying this shoe, that clothes. Oh, I want to show them. I will show them that I've arrived. You're only showing yourself because nobody saw you. Even if you buy a new car today, Until you tell people you buy a new car, most of them don't know. Because you don't carry your car on the head. You leave it in the motor park, right? And if you go and knack it yourself, and just be borrowing just because. And some of you, yes, I'm talking to you. Some of you will go and carry, we go and buy everything that they bring to your office just because it is buy now and pay later. Before your money comes, you've eaten it. Ha! You know they shame you. Before you finish, before you earn the money, you've spent it. The money that is supposed to be working for you, you are not the one working for money. And you are wondering why you don't have money. How we do have money? You spend the money now. You used it. Go up higher, Trinity. Higher where my bones are paining me as I'm here, so. Okay. Felix Ango, thank you so much. I will. Okay, he lucky. Chizaram, thank you. John Bosco said, honestly, I don't know, but I think dollar is around 1.4. I think they say one pound is around 1.9. I think, oh. But I really don't follow those things. For now, I really don't. So, yeah, I think that's the amount. Honestly, I think I just prefer my walking now. I'll just be walking jeje kule. I'm burning some calories. My bones are tired of this jumping up and down. Yeah, but it has to be done. We'll do it and do it. Let me see. Paul, my husband, they okay. Woo, 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 woo. Let's go. Kid hit. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We're still gonna be discussing debt, gbese, as we call it in the Nigerian palace. Please, we have 132 people and we have only 8 likes. What is it now? You cannot hit the like button. Oh, Muna. Yeah, by the grace of God, one day we can meet up. You'll be shocked. It will be like, a lot of people do say, they're like, oh, they never thought they would see me, and then they see me, and like, oh, you are so simple. I'm like, oh, am I supposed to be complicated? Life is not that difficult now. It's in this world. So, let's go. We only have only one person. Even before you go, like it. The like button will not eat you up. It will just help other people see it more. And then they can come help see whatever it is we can all share out of this. Joshua says, no wonder you are always strong. Yes, we need to bus. Like. Woo! Like. Welcome. If you're coming in, we're going to be talking about debt today. Bad debt, good debt. How do you get out of debt? And by the way, go ahead and hit that like button. We need you to hit that like button. Now we're going down. Yep. Floor exercise. Woo. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Change leg. I'm changing. And move down a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, for those of you that everything they bring to your office, everything you see is credit. In short, you are such good customers that when people who are selling things on credit, when they first get their things, it is you they call, because they know you will pick anything as long as they tell you it's credit. Meanwhile, most of those things that you're picking, you're not using them. You just pick them, have them in your house, different bags, different shoes, and you're not wearing them. And you're using your money, and you're wondering why you never have money, why you don't have land, why you don't have houses, why you don't have assets, you don't have properties. Yeah, because you've all used them to buy different things. This bag here, that bag there. You've gone on holidays just because your friends are going on holidays. You too, you carry money, you gather money, or you buy it on credit. You pay. There are holiday packages on credit. You'll be paying just for you to be able to say, oh, I was in UK, I was in Dubai with my kids, I was in France, we went to US. Oh, your pocket is feeling it. Yes. I was in UK, I was in Dubai, I was in whatever. Your pocket is feeling it. Why don't you allow your money work for you? And after it has finished working for you, then you can now be going on those trips, those Dubai, US, whatever, from your passive income. Remember what we said about passive income? Passive income is that money you earn that you no longer have to work for. Active income is the money you have to work for before you can earn it. So profit from your business is actually active income. Your salary is active income. The rent from properties you've already built is passive income. Dividends from shares you've bought is passive income. Royalties, if you've written a book or music, it's also passive income. If you are a silent partner in a company, yep, I'm down here. If you're a silent partner in a company where you don't have to work, you just invested money, they'll be giving you share of the profit, that's also passive income. Woo! I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Woo! I don't know. I really feel tired today, honestly. I feel extremely tired. So, that's it. But if, for example, for those of you who are employed, you know, they're always giving you all sorts of loans you can carry, especially those of you in the banks. Take that loan. Go and buy land. Go and buy house. Buy assets with it. And be paying small. Those are good debts. Those lands will bring money into your pocket. They are not going to take money away from your pocket, so they are assets. They are assets. Okay. We're not going to be doing cardio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Join me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 2 more. 2 more. 2 more. 2 more. 2 more. Kick. Let's go. 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 Keep going. Don't give up. You know, financial independence, the discipline of saving, investment is almost like losing weight. You need patience, and more patience to be able to do that. And consistency and perseverance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Punch, punch, punch. Sanja, thank you. Obi, thank you. Kate, Hawa says thank you for being simple to people. I'd like to meet you one day. Inshallah, we will. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, Lukman. Thank you so much. Yep. Jump rope. Keep jumping. Jumping, jumping. Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Let's go. You can do it. I can do it. You can do it. Let's go, just jump. Oh, we're still in workout 1. Okay. Bicycle kick coming up. Yep. Listen, it finishes so fast. Yep. Woo. Let's go. I'm almost there. Bicycle kick. Bicycle kick. Yep. Woo. Oh my goodness. Yep. Let's keep going. Woo. Gosh. Oh my goodness. I'm actually feeling it. 3, 4. Yes, time for cool down. Yep, I would rather do that cool down. So open your leg wide, your head down to your knee. Let's do it. I hope the gentleman that asked about death is there, so that when I come, we'll start talking about the whole death thing and how to get away, how to get out of it. One of the books that I'm going to recommend is Richest Man in Babylon. It's a very powerful book, simple, but with such strong messages. Oh yeah, stretch your fingers behind your back. Yep. I'll be coming, we'll talk about those deaths now. Okay. We're going to be talking about those debts. How do you get out of it? But one of the things that people must always do, always try to have a budget. It's very important. People, I'm not saying when you do a budget, you necessarily don't have to follow it. For those who are able to follow it, they are the best. I'm never able to follow it that way. I'm also guilty of that. But you should have an idea of how much you're going to spend, what you're not going to spend, and how much you're going to pay yourself. One of the things that people fail to do is that they fail to pay themselves first. In everything that you do, you must pay yourself first. If you earn salary, whether 10%, 20%, 30%, whatever it is you can afford that will be comfortable for you, pay yourself first. But it should not be less than 10% of what you are earning. It must never be less than 10%. Some people will say that, oh, but the money that they already pay me is not even enough. How am I going to be reducing out of it? Just assume as if they have cut your salary. So if your salary is 100,000, assume that they have reduced it to 80,000. Will you not survive? If your salary is 30,000 minimum wage, assume that they've reduced it to 25. You understand? Because if you say 30,000, 10% of 30,000 is 3,000. If you are earning 10,000 naira per month and you are not able to spend 1 naira, even if you are earning a 1 million naira per month, you will not be able to save 100,000. That's the irony of life. Oh, thank you so much, Lukman Bakare. It's a pleasure, having you here. Someone say, where are you from? I'm from Edo State. Uh, yes, okay, so those are it. Thank you, Lawrence John. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure having you. So today, there was a question that they asked me yesterday. They said we should talk about debt and how people will get out of debt. So I had to do a bit of write-up because I don't want to forget anything. One of the things I'm going to say to you, please, if you are here and you are interested in financial literacy or financial independence or whatever it is, how to make money, JSRP World, good evening to you too. Lawrence, I think I've said hi to you before. Good evening. So one of the things I will say to you, get that book called The Richest Man in Babylon. The Richest Man in Babylon. It's a book that is very, very important. Everybody needs to read it. You need to give it to your children to read, let them learn about, financial literacy, about money. One of the problems we have is that a lot of people don't talk about money. They don't learn about money. It's like people are shy when it comes to money. They would rather shy away from it and say, oh no, it's God that gives. Yeah, God will give you, but God is a just God. God will not give you what you've not worked for. God will not give you what you've not worked hard for. God will not give you when you're sitting down not learning about it and someone else sees. JSRP, I'm doing great, and I hope you are too. Kate, hello, welcome. Okay, what shall I do? No wonder. Yeah, I'm actually from Edo State. Yeah, that's great. So we are in-laws, right? So that's fantastic. So it's very good. Get that book, Richest Man in Babylon. And I think one of the things that we might also do, I have a community. Go out there if you want to register in that community. I think one of the things that we're going to do is that we're going to start review some of these financial books. Because for me, I want some, even if it's like I have 11 people in my community. So I know those are 11 people that want to learn something or do something. And I'm okay with saying, yeah, let me just focus on that, because you don't want to be doing something when people who are not bothered. Before I'm sure if you search my YouTube, just search financial independence on my YouTube channel, you see I did a lot of videos. So most times people are not interested in watching those videos, although it was a long time ago I did them. I don't know, but just check them out, watch them, and otherwise I will just say I just transfer people over to be in the community. If you're taking your time to register to be part of the community, it simply means that you're also saying you're ready to actually do the learning, because it only makes sense for you to register. And after 1 month, of course, if you register again, that means you're interested in learning about it. Probably I'm going to start a review of that book in the community, The Richest Man in Babylon. So if you're interested, get it and we'll start working on that. In the meantime, chapter 9 of The Richest Man in Babylon was basically talking about debt and how someone can get themselves and move away from that debt. How to get off debt. That was the thing that we spoke about yesterday. JSRP, are you from Awochi or neighboring village? I'm actually from Agbede. My husband is from Awochi Gogo. So, Mo Abe. So the first thing you're going to do is that when you're owing people, please don't be those kind of people that they will be owing you and then they'll be forming, they'll be forming for you, and they'll be running away from you. They don't want to, I'm trying to see what form I'm going to take. Yeah, I've gotten it. They don't want to pay their debt. It's shady. It's very bad character. Hey, go ahead and hit the like button so others can see this and also be able to learn from what we're doing. And so they just try to run away from it. It doesn't make sense, honestly. So the first thing is that make up a commitment that you're going to pay everybody. Oh yes, it must sound overwhelming, But if you're able to have a plan, then I assure you, you can be able to pay your money off. So that commitment. So when you do that, the next thing you're going to do, pick up your pen and paper. Okay, you're from Apana. Oh, okay. Well done. I'm from Agbede. So the wa alaikum salam rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh Firdaus. Welcome, welcome. So the first thing you're going to do is take a pen and biro and write down everybody that you are owing. Don't shy away from it. Write down everybody that you are owing. Write their names down and what you are owing them, so you know that this is something that you're going to work towards paying off. And then make a commitment towards paying them off and sincerely mean it. Go and meet those people that you are owing, right? If you are owing, go and meet those people that you are owing and explain to them. I mean, every one of us, life happens to us now. Sometimes we fall into certain situations, although some people are more, there are people who to borrow money no dey hard them at all. Now you see them, they've already gone to borrow money, any small thing. Some people find it hard to borrow money. I don't borrow money to do liabilities, but I can borrow money to run my business. I borrow money a lot to run my business, whether it's bank guarantees or any of those. Buy things on credit. Like I said, I think I mentioned it yesterday, in my business, I make sure I pull my money out. My money is not in my business. I do what they call OPM, other people's money. And so it's what my own money, the profit and everything is what I use to buy things like lands, build houses, and all of that, which we use passive income. Because the goal here is for us to have enough passive income that will take care of our expenses, so that whether we are working or we are not working, we have enough money to take care of our needs. So after, first of all, like we said, write down the names of the people you are owing, the amount you are owing them, and then go and meet them, talk to them, let them know, be sincere. Some of them might insult you, some of them might hear you, some of them might not hear you. It's okay, but be sincere with them and explain to them, these are some of the things that we are going through. I will do is also get someone that can guide you and hold you accountable, because it's very easy for you to say, oh, I'm going to pay everybody, and then the next thing you will now see, they will now bring a shirt to your office. You will now be like, oh, these shirts are so fine, I'm going to buy this shirt, they say it's on credit. No. And by the way, while you're trying to pay people off, you're not buying anything more on credit. You'll be on embargo. Place yourself on embargo. You are not buying shoe, you are not buying bag, you're not buying clothes, you're not going on holiday, you're not doing anything, you're not spending money other than the basic things that you must spend on your, like your rent, your food, and all of that. Those are the basic things. It's just school fees you are paying. Other than that, you're not going to spend money. So when you do that, then now you begin to work towards the thing. You don't pay your debt by going to borrow more money to pay. No, you use what you are earning to pay your debt. And so what you're earning, first of all, you have it. You're going to do a budget and put your salary down. Remember what I said earlier. You must pay yourself first. Adebisi Afiz, hello, welcome. Yeah. So you must pay yourself first. So the first thing that you do whenever you get your salary, at least, like I said, at least, now that you are in debt and you're trying to pay all the people you owe, you can't put too much aside. You pay yourself 10% of your salary. So 1/10 of all your salary, not just your salary, any income that you make, any money that you make, wherever you made it from, you just take 10% out of it and you pay yourself, right? You'll be putting it in a particular place. That 10% is not for you, that after you've gathered the 10% and then, hi Habib, after you gather the 10%, then you now go and carry it one day and go and do party. And do party after party after party after party. No, that's not it. Or you go and do splurge, you go and buy this, you go and buy that. No, that money is meant for investment. That's where your investment money is coming from. And as we go on, we're going to talk more about, investments that are going to be done. So you keep aside. If you have a family, like somebody, if you're someone who is married and all of that, taking care of your family is very important. It's a priority, and it shows how committed you are. It shows you're a good member of the society. It also shows that you're someone with integrity. And so taking care of you. So this is like for people who have families. If you don't have family, well, you have more to be able to save and put aside, right? And so you take care of them. Maybe you use 70% for your house expenses, taking care of your family, paying your children's school fees, paying your house rent, doing this, doing that. Emergencies might come up, hospital bills and all of that. You use about, 70%. That's 7/10 to do that. And then, so you see, out of now you've spent about 80%. Remember, 10% you paid yourself first. If you are able to, the 10% is the least amount you can pay yourself first. Any salary, any money, any allowance, any extra bonus they pay you guys, always take out 10% at least and put it somewhere in an account. That particular one is this thing. Malik, may Allah answer your prayers very well and get you someone that you'll be able to work towards the hereafter, inshallah. So you'll be able to put that money aside. That's what you'll now be able to use for investment. So that 10% we said 70% use it on your expenses, your family and everything. So you see you are now left with 20%. That 20% is what you will now use to be reducing your debt. People you are owing, how much are you paying them? Start reducing it. So that amount is something that you now start, you use you now be reducing it and going on. Remember what I said to you earlier. Get the names of your debtors down, put them, go and meet them, discuss with them, plan with them, and then it makes things easy. If you are someone who is like I'm coming, let me get my phone and start my YouTube exercise. Let me be able to get my YouTube exercise. If you're married, it's very easy. It's easier for you to be able to get financial independence when you work together as a team. Don't work as individuals, because that's what a lot of people do. You now see someone they are hiding their money from their spouses. Husband will be hiding money from wife. Wife will be hiding money from husband. I'm like, what's the essence of being married then if you guys are going to be doing this, to yourselves? It really doesn't make sense. So, but if you're able to come together, I'm Malik. Yes, I'm in Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian, and that I'm speaking to you from Abuja, in Nigeria. And so, if you are able to work together, that helps more. That will help you more for you to be able to realize your financial goals and your financial dreams and work towards your financial independence, very well. So that's something that you also would need to look at. What's the next thing again that I'm going to take? They say make commitment to pay and actually pay it. So okay, sometimes it's possible that maybe your salary, you didn't get it as quickly as you could, or you are a business person, the profit, you didn't make it as much as you could. Just explain to the people and still follow the percentage and take out this percentage and pay them what you see. Discipline yourself and stop buying on credit. You can't say that you are trying to reduce your credit, your debt, and then you're adding more debt. So you don't be like Nigeria. Nigeria is owing money, but it's borrowing to service the debt, and it's borrowing more money, and it's spending them on liability that is being looted, not spending them on assets. So you also have to put assets. So no matter what you earn, no matter how little it is, you must learn that you must always pay yourself first and get that. And I think basically that's it on what we can say on this thing on debt and how to get away from debt. But please feel free to ask questions. Like even this one that I'm doing today, it was somebody that asked the question yesterday. Yes, somebody asked that question yesterday, and that's why I'm answering it today now. So go ahead and ask your question. How should I do? Okay, yeah, we are neighbors. I have to pass your place every time I'm going to my own place. So that's so good. Farah says salam from Morocco, sisters. Salam to you too. Firdaus, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. It's such a pleasure meeting you. So please, if you have questions, go ahead and ask questions. Adetunji Aderibigbe says, sorry if I didn't pronounce that very well, says, hello Aisha, I heard Guinness is planning to leave Nigeria too. Which way Nigeria, which way? Yeah, it's really sad. Most multinational companies are leaving Nigeria. The business environment is very unfriendly. I'm a businesswoman and I can tell you that it's extremely unfriendly. And if business people, they are they are not how do I put it, they are not charity makers. If there's no money that is being made, they will move. And that's the sad reality. And we have the electricity bill is something else. Electricity infrastructure is not there. You have issue of insecurity. You have people don't have money. The disposable income that is available to people is shrinking every day. So people don't have money to spend. Almost everything is a luxury now. Egg is a luxury. Noodle, indomie that people used to buy that just that's about the cheapest amount of food you can get. It's not a luxury. So yeah, most of them, they are leaving, they are selling off their stake, their shares. Even those that have not left, a good number of them are selling it off to Nigerians to hold. And so that is it. Okoji Jane, thank you so much. And so I'm just looking out to see whether there are questions. Please go ahead. You can ask question on financial literacy, question on business, relationships, children upbringing, marriage, any one of those, and I will be able to talk about some of the things that I can be able to, that I can answer. If I don't know the answer, definitely I will tell you that, hey, I really don't know the answer, and then maybe we can get somebody here who is going to help us with those answers. So that's it about debt. So it's very important. If you're looking towards getting your financial independence, you need to pay off all of these kind of bad debts, all of these kind of debts that are liability based. And then if you are going to borrow any money, ensure you're borrowing it for you to be able to buy assets with it. I'm trying to see the next exercise. Going up, yes, down, up, down, up, down. Go ahead, I'm waiting for those questions. Ask questions so that I know what I talk about. Yep. If you're not asking questions, just get on and also do the exercise. You can do any exercise that you want to do. Just ensure you're doing something. It's important to be doing something. Work on your health. I need to lose 10 kg. I'm currently at 74, or maybe 9. I'm currently at 74. I want to be 65 kg. Woo! That has been my, dream goal weight for almost 3 or over 3 decades. Or almost 3 decades, yeah. So I'm trying to see now if I'm able to get there. Just for me to see. I'm from Nigeria. Thank you. I'm from Nigeria. Niger people, they carry last. Yep. This one says like this. Says like this. So that's it. What is it that you want us to talk about? Is it about business? Is it about relationship? How many of you have relationship with yourselves? That's something that people don't think is necessary, but it's absolutely necessary. You need to learn how to take yourself out on a date. You don't need to work for anybody. Just go out, even if you're married, just yourself. Go have fun. Don't be crying, oh, my husband has not taken me out. My wife has not. Just have time for yourself. Love yourself. Be open with yourself. Be happy with yourself. When you're happy with yourself, then you are able to also spread happiness. If you are not happy with yourself, you can't be happy with any other person. It's just the basic fact of life, and that's what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Let me see. And stretch it. Stretch. stretch. Woo. Yes, stretch it. Woo. That's quite intense. There's a floor exercise they are doing right now. Yeah, so Sam Daly says, I beg you people, guys, let's make good plans to save Nigeria in 2027. Honestly, all Nigerians have to be on board. Oh my goodness, they are doing one particular exercise I would really have loved to do, but I don't even know whether I'm ready to be going down now. Now, all Nigerians have to be on board. That's the thing. And the thing I said, people, bad governance affect everyone. And this suffering, no matter how much we pray to God, God will not do for us what He has given us capacity for us to do for ourselves. God has given us everything we need to be a great country. It's just that we have refused to be as great as we should be. So with the coming 2027 election, we must be interested in politics. All of that thing that where people stay away from politics, that's nonsense. That's what have affected us the way we are right now. And so we must therefore be interested and focus. Political party, people must join. Either you are running for office, you are a delegate, whatever, we also need to raise money so that people who have capacity to serve, who don't have money, we can use that collective pot to be able to send them there so that they will serve the people. These are very important. People also must be ready to be polling unit agents. As simple as ABCD. So that we can make it happen, let's begin to gather databases. As if they ask you to come register, so that we know each other. To every polling unit, we have at least 3, 4, 5 people there. That would be important. I see a lot of writing. Let me check whether there's any question. Aisha, you need a peloton so you have bigger screen to engage us. Why? Oh, okay. No, is that not the one with the bicycle? Right? Okay, to request I come to Akwa Ibom. Okay. We should see it. We shall see. You need a peloton. I don't know, that peloton, is it not the one that is on the bicycle that you do? I don't know if that's not the one, let me know. I'm currently like, oh Lord have mercy. Yes. I'm just using my life. Yep. So that has to be done. So let me see any question. What do you want me to talk about? What do you want me to talk about? Yesterday we really flowed yesterday. There were so many things to talk about and we flowed for over 2 hours. But today it's a bit slow. And Hawasha will say, thank you, Ma, for inspiring me. I must confess I love your program. May God bless you. Amen. Amin ya Rabbi. Thank you so much. And please put it into action. Do something. Just get up and do something. If you fail, it's okay. Failure is part of life. Just tell failure, bring it on. Do you eat fufu too? It depends on what you call fufu. I don't know if you are in Nigeria, fufu, you know what fufu is. Not all swallow. I eat fufu if I see it, but it is something I've not eaten in years. But I eat pounded yam, I eat eba, I eat amala, I eat all of them. Though people who are not Nigerians, they call all of them fufu. Yeah, so like I was saying, just start that thing. If you fail, it doesn't mean anything. Just get up and keep going. Look at your failure as opportunity for you to learn, and just keep going. And so don't reduce of yourself. Yep. My eating habit. So I'm doing portion. There are times that I do like OMAD, 1 meal a day. Sometimes I do like 2. Currently I'm doing 2. Oh no, currently I'm fasting, so I only eat in the night. But before then I was doing 2 meals a day, which is like a bit of portion. But I'm really working on portion, and I've cut out one of the things I've been able to do. All of those nibbling, eating snacks, as meals. I've taken them as, if I eat a snack, that's going to be my meal. For example, the other day, let me just give you an example of what that looks like. The other day, I came, they had already done my lunch, so my chef sent my lunch upstairs, and then I was about to eat, then I saw that they had bought corn, 2 cups of corn and coconut. So a brother of mine went out and he saw it and he bought it for me. And so I love corn, I love coconut. So I ate the corn and the coconut, and I asked them to take the lunch down, that they should serve it to me as dinner in the night, as supper. So, which is for me, that's not a meal. But on a normal day before, in my own eating, I would have eaten that coconut, eaten the corn, and then eat the lunch that they made for me. So those are some of the things. I'm really working on my eating habit, yeah. And so far, it's paying off. God's time, thank you so much. Uh so it's all the one of the biggest way for helping people around, honestly, is making sure that government do what government is supposed to do. I've seen over the years, people trying to crowdfund. We can't crowdfund our way out of poverty. We can't crowdfund our way to good governance. You can't help the poor by being poor yourself. It's as simple as ABC. I've been saying this for a lot of years. The government has responsibility to take care of everyone, and Nigeria has the resources to be able to take care of everyone. And so that's the thing we must focus on. Let's not get into a place where we keep allowing government to abdicate its responsibilities, and then more and more and more people are the ones who are having, to bear the brunt. Please, if you're still here, please go ahead and help us hit the like button. I think we only have 26 people who have hit the like button, and a lot of people are here. Just hit the like button. What's there? Just do like this. Pim, 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 pim. That thing that does like this. Just kick. I'm excited about actionable steps that generalities us. Oh, amazing. Asking folks to start engaging people in markets and village to ask their legislation. Oh, what she's doing is fantastic. That's the way to go. And it's about, educating people. I've been saying that for years. The education that we have is not for us alone. It's for millions of others who don't have the opportunity to be educated. You know about governance, but there are many people who don't. They've been to school. They don't even know relationship between governance and their lives. And what General Litchi is doing is, getting people to really understand governance, and that something can be done. They have the power, and she's empowering the people, and it's such an amazing program that she's doing. Kudos to her, honestly, all respect to her. She's doing great work, and everybody can do something, and that's the thing. Let's take action. Let's not focus on the result. Let's focus on what the effort that we are doing, and we can all learn from General Lucci, the actions that she's taking, the amazing things that she's doing, and look at the way she has been able to galvanize people. So if we go out, talk to 5 people, talk to 10 people, that's okay. Every day you go out, you see people you meet in the bus where you're having conversation, enlighten them, teach them about governance, let them know that they have the power to be able to hold people that are in office accountable. So it is it is a terrible time we have in Nigeria, but it doesn't mean that it can't be better. It can actually be better, and we can work on it being better. But the thing is that we must put in the work, and people must understand that during election, election is protest time. We must vote in the right people. If we don't vote in the right people, we will continue to suffer. It's as simple as that. No two ways about it. There's not, I'm voting the person because I like the person. I'm voting the person because it's my tribe. I'm voting the person because it's my religion. I'm voting the person because I like the person. I'm voting but you will suffer if it's not the right person. You will suffer. We will all suffer, and that's the suffering we are suffering today. Everybody is feeling it. Ooh, okay, let's go. Everybody is feeling it. But if we vote for the right kind of people with competence, character, and capacity, even if we don't like the people, we will all enjoy. That's the thing that people don't understand. When you go to the market, will you say that you voted Muslim ticket and they will reduce the cost of garri for you or the cost of rice? No. Will you say you voted Emiloko and they will reduce the cost of amala for you? No. So all of us are suffering. Why are we allowing ourselves, to keep suffering? So we must really, really and absolutely work on that. Yep. So we will be about any question from anyone, any subject you would like us to. Amen. One Arewa Haircare TV say, honestly, Nigeria focus, people's welfare is not the focus of this government. The focus of this government is to enrich themselves and their families and their stooges, control power, be able to make laws the way they want, do everything they want to. So it's not about Nigeria. It's we Nigerians have to decide that we must be a priority. Yeah, we hope we could stop it, but unfortunately, I mean, if wishes were horses, they say beggars might ride. It's not something that you could just wish to stop. It's something that we have to begin to put things in place. If we have justice, we have good governance, we have development, all of these things, they will begin to change gradually. If people have jobs to do, they won't be doing a lot of the terrible things they are doing. If people have food to eat, they won't be doing a lot of the terrible things they are doing. If people are focused, people have belief in their country, the country is there for people, people will not be going through a lot. If people have justice, they know that if somebody does something to them, there's rule of law. Nobody is above the law. They will not be oppressed by one big man or one big woman or something. They will work more towards the country. So these are some of the things that have really, been affecting us. So these are all the things that have been affecting us and that are going on. So we must contribute and do the things that we need to do. So it's 1 hour. Yesterday we went over and overboard because of course we were doing a lot of discussion and there were a lot of people in with a lot of topic. So today I think we'll soon call it a day and go on. Thank you so much for being here, for being part of this. Remember, we do this 9 p.m. Nigerian time, 9 p.m. West African time. I do a bit of exercise. In the meantime, we talk. If you have any question, put it out here. The issue of debt that I talked about, how do you get out of debt, was actually from a question that someone had put here. And I went to, dust up my reading on it and come here. We can talk about financial literacy, talk about financial independence. Don't you think Nigeria is too big to be one nation? What's your take about restructuring? Nigeria is not too big to be one nation. My thought about restructuring, absolutely I support restructuring. Let's have different regions do their own thing. And let me tell you something, there's no region in Nigeria that doesn't have the capacity to be great. Every region in Nigeria is wealthy. It's just bad leaders that they all have. And these bad leaders, even if you like deconstruct Nigeria into 36 states, bad leadership will still keep Nigeria down. So the problem of Nigeria is not its size. How big is Nigeria? There are a lot. US is way bigger than Nigeria in landmass. Canada is bigger than Nigeria. Australia, all of these places, but they are doing very well. Some people will say, "Oh, but they are not diverse." They are also there are lots of diversity in some of these places, but they are doing well. What we have are greedy rulers who just come and take, but they never give back. And so we need to begin to focus on getting the right people into office. And Nigerian citizens also don't bother on getting the right people into office. Every year during election, they self-sabotage themselves. They vote in the wrong people that are not going to do anything for them. And so what do you expect? And then somehow also they allow people to rig their way into office. So all of these are the problem. Leadership is our problem. It's not the size, it's not the resources. We have all of that, but it's that leadership that is our problem. Honestly, I wonder how you remain alive in Nigeria. You must be super rich or connected to security agents. Well, it's God. I mean, it is, life is what it is. We all die when it's time for us to die. So for me, why is somebody be afraid of something that's inevitable? I'm 50 years old. My youngest child is 22. Hey, if I die today, alhamdulillah. May I just hope that I'm able to enter, God forgives me enough to enter paradise. That's what is most important. We are all even if people kill me, they will still meet me there. And when they come and meet me there, by the grace of God and kindness, I will also deal with them. What about the period of time between why not remove the president? Well, the only people that can remove the president constitutionally now are the National Assembly, and do you see them doing any of that? So why do you focus on something that you don't have power over? So focus on what you have power over, and they keep talking about it. If they see, do you see the National Assembly as people? They are all together. They are all doing the same thing, and they are just like what do you call it? They are like his stooges. So focus on what you have. Famous quotes. Thank you. Amen. Focus on what you have control over rather than what you don't have control over. So that's the this thing. What of Yakubu if he's still there? Well, if he's still there, what are the things that we could do? There's always a mitigating factor, and that's why I talked about agents. First of all, right now, are you ready to be agents at your polling unit so that if we're running, we're able to have agents everywhere, that we have the signed copy, so that when we go to court, the court say they want all the signed copies, we'll give it to them. Since they are that unfortunate, the judiciary in Nigeria is very unfortunate and expect all sorts of things from people who have been rigged out of office, then you give it to them. You provide evidence that they cannot get away with. That's just the thing. Having to sit down and say that, oh this one we will not be able to get anything, let's just sit down and do nothing, and then make it easy for them to enter there. Even if they are going to let them suffer and enter there, make it as difficult as it is for them, and make sure that you're getting the people that will do the right thing. Okay, I think is the focus of the Nigerian. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Kate. When you said people voted rightly in 2023, they did. But we also had, for you to be able to rig election, there is a certain amount of numbers you must have, otherwise you will not be able to rig. That was why Tinubu, even though he rigged the election in Lagos State, he couldn't rig it to win. But with the 2023 election, Tinubu was able to have some votes from the northern part. I think Northwest was the biggest culprit, because they were believing that, oh, it's Muslim ticket that they are going to be voting for and all of that. So that really gave him an edge to be able to rig. If there are some numbers you have, no matter how you rig, you can't rig your way to a win. And so that was what happened. So I totally agree with you, INEC and this. So what are we going to do with the INEC issue? With the INEC issue is to say, yes, one, we must ensure that at each of our polling units, we are able to safeguard those votes. At each of our polling units, we have agents that we sign, that we keep those copies, and they will be collated, that will be taken to court, and the judges will be shown, so that they won't have the room to be able to wiggle away and not do the right thing. But self-defeating ourselves and say that, oh, there's nothing we can do 2027, let's just go and sleep and allow them, that will be the worst thing that we'll do to ourselves, honestly. Okay. So there's someone called Biafra and Beyond TV. I see you've been talking a lot about talk about Sharia, talk about Sharia. I'm a Muslim, and as a Muslim, I believe in Sharia rule. One of the things that you see in Nigeria, what they're doing in Nigeria is not Sharia, it's political Sharia, where they are going after poor people, they are using it to oppress the people. That's what they're doing. And when we are looking at, for every Muslim, there are sources of Sharia. Let me tell you something about it a little bit. I don't have much knowledge when it comes to that, so I'm going to share with you the little bit of knowledge that I have. There are four sources of law in Sharia. The first one is the Quran, and everything the Quran, you say this is what it says, this is what it doesn't say. And the next one is the Hadith. Hadiths are the sayings of the Prophet, his actions, his silent approvals, and all of that. And beyond the Hadith also, we have what they call Qiyas, if I'm not mistaken, Ijma and Qiyas. And so the first one we have is consensus of scholars. Islam does not have anything that has to do with anointing. We don't do anointing. There's no man that will come and tell you that they have special power. It's a lie. Any man that telling you he or she has special power, it's all a lie. It's about education. They read the Quran. It's just like having a professor. They read the Quran more, you have the knowledge, that's what happens. So we have what we call consensus of scholars. If there's an issue where it's not covered in the Quran, it's not well covered in the Hadith, then you have scholars come together and they have a consensus. And that's why you always have different school of thoughts. We have the Maliki, the Shafi'i, the Ambali, and all of that. So we have different school of thoughts in Islam. So this school might say that, oh, this is how they see it. Another one might say that this is how they see it. And as Muslims, we are always told that just choose the one that is simpler, that is easier for you, to be able to do. The other thing is what they call, I think that's the qiyas, or that's the qiyas, that's your personal conviction. If at the end of the day everything is not done, what do you think it is? And I'm going to give you a few examples that I always say to people. For example, in Islam, as someone, for me, who has black hair, or you who have black hair, you can't dye your hair black. For example, you have gray hair and then you go and carry dye and dye your hair. Dye your hair. It's wrong in Islam because it's seen as false misrepresentation, where your hair is not as black as it is. Maybe you are old, you are gray, and then you now go and use this black this thing to dye your hair. But you can dye your hair pink, you can dye your hair green, you can dye your hair yellow, you can dye your hair purple, you can dye your hair crazy. Why? Because that is not your original hair. So anybody that sees you with a purple hair knows that you have a dye there. If I have black hair and I go and put in my, because I have gray hair and put in, that's why you see they use henna to put on your hair. But if you use another color, it's different. But you see, someone will just come with that limited knowledge. You say, oh, Islam forbids anybody from dyeing their hair and all of that. You see, that's wrong. Like a man having hair, leaving his hair, plaiting his hair, it's not forbidden in Islam. It's allowed, you can do that. But culturally, some people will look at it one kind, and then some people use their culture and put it on top of this thing and call it, Sharia. For example, in Nigeria, for states that say they are performing Sharia, I always say to them, one of the things you must understand is that yes, wigs are false representation. Like in Islam, you're not allowed to put on wig, add nails, add eyelashes, which are things that people do. Add eyelashes, false nails, wigs and all of that. They are misrepresentation. All these bomb that people do, boobs that they wear, false boobs, so those ones are not allowed because they are false misrepresentation. So like I was saying, like child support is also something that people are supposed to pay. A man, you're supposed to pay child support. If you divorce from your wife, you're supposed to pay child support and all of that. But you don't see them talking about it. And one of the things about Islam is that Islam does not force its religion on any other person. Like I'm a Muslim, I'm bound by Sharia, I'm bound by the Quran, I'm bound by the Hadith, but you as a non-Muslim, you're not bound by it. It doesn't affect you. And we are told wherever you are, respect the laws of the land, of the place. Simple as ABCD. It's just that people just get, all sorts of, all sorts of craziness that goes on with people and whatever. So these are some of the things I see that you want me to talk about it. So that's it. Most of the things that we do in Nigeria, that's not really Sharia. If we're practicing Sharia the way Sharia is supposed to be practiced, I tell you, people will even want on their own to say, okay, let's follow this. But hey, people are just, crazy. There are some places in Sharia where the rules are very, very, very hard. And I'm going to say to you, for example, when it comes to adultery says if you commit an adultery, it's one of those things where where the punishment is by death, right? Adultery, not fornication. Fornication carries like 100 lashes, something like that, if you're looking at it. But for you to prove adultery, it's almost impossible. Even though the rule is there, it's stringent, it's very, like they say, adultery, it's punishable by death, right? How do you prove there's adultery? It's not something that is easy. You have and I'm going to explain to you the way it is. The man or the man's penis must be inside the woman's vagina, inside. Not that they were naked, they were on the bed. That's not adultery. That's not proving of adultery. The man must be inside, and it must be seen by 4 upstanding members of the society, 4 of them. So if you are doing it, they now open door, one person has seen it, another, you will still be sitting down there, you will not separate yourself. So even if you look at it like that, then you say that, even if you look at it like that, it's hard to prove. Yes, it's there to keep people, just to make people not do it. Proving it is very difficult. So even if you that's why even if you see a video of somebody, you can't say, why are you sure is the one? Or you saw them on the bed, they were both naked, you can't say. Kwati, for me, honestly, when it comes to religion is one thing that I really don't bother about. Even if you say there's no God, it's okay. I'm good with it. I'm cool with it. I don't argue. Some people, because I see you already. Yes, for us in Islam, Jesus is the son of Mary and is a prophet of God. That's the way we see it. For others, is the son of God. That's the way they see it, and that's fine. I mean, I don't argue over religion. I don't care what your religion is. I don't care whether you say you don't even have religion. I don't care whether you don't believe in God. It's not the onus is not on me to make you believe in God. God is the creator of everything. If he wanted everybody to be Christian, he would have made us Christian. If he wanted everybody to be Muslim, he would have made us Muslim. If he wanted everybody to be all female, he would have made us all female. So the fact that he gave us human beings the right of choice to be able to choose on different things, everybody should respect that, and that's the way I see it. So when it comes to religion, it's something that even I think the last time I had any argument from religion, I probably was in secondary school. After that, hey, I don't even care, whatever it is, that you want to do. And one of the things also that I always say to people, your injunction, your religious injunction is not another person's religious injunction. It's on you, it's not on other people. Even in the Quran, there are when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was talking about people sending messages to people, there are parts where he said, "Oh mankind." There are parts where he said to the believing man and the believing woman. And so it's not everything that is for everybody. So there are certain things that is just for the believing man and the believing woman, and for those, oh, you who believe. So part he say, oh, you who believe. So if you don't believe, it's not on you. So Biafra TV, that's the. So somebody is asking me, how do you deal with racism? I don't even bother about it, honestly. For me, and that's why I say to people, even when I carry my green, white, green passport, I'm traveling around the world. If you do anything to me there and there, I'm going to call you out your bluff. I'm not going to keep quiet. I'm not going to move away from it. And if you behave in any way, the onus is on you. For example, and I'll give you example of cause people be calling me black. But if you're black, you're black. If you're white, whatever, yellow, whatever it is they want to call you, let them call you. Is that not what they see? Somebody calls me black. I don't know. If he thinks I'm black, I'm black. I just know I'm Aisha. And I'm a human being, and I have a space on earth. So how people behave, but if they disrespect you in any way, call out that disrespect. And I will tell you let me give you an example of one of the places I would say I saw that racism profoundly being shown. It was in, I think was it Medina? I think it was in Saudi Arabia. Unfortunately, the racism was something else. And that was, I was gone for Hajj with my mom and myself, my mom and my husband. We had gone for Hajj 2008, I think that was. And going to the mosque to go and sit, you see people, you sit there and they stand up. They don't want to sit beside you because you're a black person. But you know how I don't care. I'm like, thank you for giving me extra seat to sit. And I just sit down and feel relaxed and sit down. There are some, I remember in the Prophet's Mosque in Medina, we went for Civic prayer. So people were praying. Some young girls were praying. And then we came in, we joined them. You know, as Muslims, when you're praying, you're supposed to be close to each other. Your feet supposed to touch. And as soon as we started, we joined the two of them left. One of them moved away. One of them stayed on for a while. And then she too quickly stopped her prayers and left. I didn't care. That's your business. And if you want to leave, it's on you. But if you try to disrespect me in any way or talk to me rudely, I call your bluff out. I don't care. Even when I'm traveling around the world, I wear the hijab. I wear my long hijab. The way you see me every day, that's the way I travel. If you try to discriminate against me, I will call your bluff. Excuse me, what are you doing about that? And so sometimes when they know, okay, oh my goodness, I almost forgot one. There was another racist this time it was in Mecca. I had gone to eat in a restaurant. I had bought food. I was sitting down. So these three people came in, a man and two women. So I was sitting on the table all alone. So there was no other table. So they had to come. Two of them they now entered at the table had two bench opposite. So two of them went to the other side of the table. So she came over. So I moved in, thinking that she wanted, so she would stay at the end. So she was like, she beckoned on me to, like, she indicated as if she wanted to go in. So I came out for her to go in. And the next thing, she just flung, pushed my food away. I was mad. I was livid. I went ballistic. And then she brought, was it one dirham and one riyal or something, as if she was giving that to me to go. Oh Lord, have mercy. I went ballistic on her. Of course, she couldn't understand what I was saying. I was speaking English, she was speaking Arabic, and I'm like, I will buy you, I will buy your generation, I will pay you, I will do this. What the hell do you mean by that? The man was so apologetic. He was so this thing, and you could see them shivering as she would. I just went off. I mean, I will tell you, I've traveled quite. I would say I've traveled a bit around the world. The biggest place I felt racism was in Saudi Arabia. Oh no, crazy. In short, as I'm talking, I'm remembering more of those incidences. But where you disrespect me, I'm gonna go after you. I don't care whatever country I'm in. I don't care who you think you are. I'm gonna go after you. I will not allow you disrespect me. That's for me. That's my stance in life. Even as a child, I never allowed even adults to disrespect me. Talk less of now that I'm an adult, somebody will disrespect me. But if you move away, maybe I'm sitting down, you don't want to sit with a black person, you move away. Oh, I don't even care. I just enjoy my seat. That's my mindset. Wallahi, I no dey gree for anybody. That's why people, when people see me, they thinking no be like that man that went to go and look for my trouble on TV. I went after him. No, I've always been like that. Even as a child, I don't, even adults, you will beat me if you like, beat me, use the cane. I will not even move when you are beating me, but I will not allow you disrespect me. There was another incident. I felt bad about that incident. Anyways, it was we had just come out of the harem of where this thing is, and as we were going out, we had finished praying. A bus came. You know, sometimes it's difficult to get a bus, and I was trying to. I had my mom. My mom was with me. My mom is a bit old, of course. I was trying to enter, and this man comes with his. And he had, you know, they sort of like being protective of their women and stuff like that. And the next thing, he was just pushing me. He just pushed my mom. I grew mad. I just held, by the time I held the door of I just pulled the man, the door, the women, everybody was on. My mom was just shouting, please, because my mom is always afraid. You know, like, please don't kill someone, please, your anger, you know. No, honestly, when I'm angry, I'm angry. And one thing with me is that I don't, at that moment, even if you're going to kill me, kill me. And I know send. And then, oh my goodness, then when they now all fell out, I really felt bad. I was not like, oh, I apologize. But it was just that I was so angry the way he just hit at us and pushed us or pushed my mom off, pushed us off because he felt you are a what man, a white, I think even white, I don't even know what color they call themselves and stuff like that. So in about racism, just don't allow yourself to be disrespected. But hey, don't be bothered about the action that people take or what they think it is. Mass BTV, why not support the separation? I've always supported the separation of Nigeria. If Nigeria want to separate into 36 states, I'm all for it. What I've always said, it's just that sometimes you guys don't watch and listen. You guys are focused on one thing, one mind. That I support Nigeria doesn't mean that I will not live in the Nigeria that is today. That I support Nigeria, whether it's to separate, if separation is what is good for Nigeria, fine. If staying together is what is good for Nigeria, for all I want is for the Nigerian people, whether they call themselves Biafran, Oduduwa, Arewa, Middle Belt, Niger Delta, whatever they call themselves, let them have good quality of life, development, accountability, transparency, good governance, employment, 24/7 electricity and all of that. That is what I care about. I don't care whether it is Edo country, Anambra country, Imo country, Kano country, Sokoto country, Lagos country. They can all be countries. I don't care. I can use visa to come and visit everybody. But what is important is that good governance. And like I say to people, you right now sitting down and talking, that's not the way for us to get a separate Nigeria. If we want to get a separate Nigeria and we all align, we want to be separated, we need to send people to the National Assembly, state houses of assembly, that we use the law, legislation, constitution, change it and say Nigeria does not any longer want to be together. We want to go our separate way. But just sitting down and attacking people and insulting people and beating and do also, it's not going to give you a separate Nigeria. It's as simple as ABCD. That's just the way. Of course, the Nigerian passport has lost its prestige. I mean, is it today? It's a long time ago. We are seen as beggars. We are treated anyhow, and it's crazy. Okay, there's somebody say, I'm a sociologist, I study Nigeria, and I have bad news. Igbo will never be allowed. Well, you see, that's the thing. You have bad news. You see, the thing about Allah is that a lot of people are self-defeatist. You say it will never happen. There are people that said military will never leave Nigeria. Have military not left Nigeria? I'm not a sociologist, but you know one of the things that I am? I'm a microbiologist. At least I've read law. I have an LLB. I'm currently reading economics. And I believe that if we want to achieve something, we put our weight towards it, we work towards it. No matter what anybody wants, that's not what. Many people said Obi will not get 1 million votes. But INEC still, after rigging and taking his election, INEC still gave him 6 million votes. So what is it that we are talking about? There were many people who said that military will never leave Nigeria when military rule was happening. During Abacha, many people said Abacha will never leave, military will never leave. Don't we have democracy today? But for me, I think one of the things that people do is when they say something, oh, we will never have this, is because they don't want to work towards it. I'm ready to do the work. I don't care. I'm ready to do the work, and I believe Nigeria can be a great country, and I believe an Igbo man can be president, an Igbo woman can be president, just like an Esako woman can be president, an Esako man can be president, as long as they are good at what they're doing, and that's what we have. So whatever it is that people say, and I don't believe in what people say. I myself, I am a product of defying what people say. People said I will amount to nothing. People said I can't do this. People said I can't do that. I didn't believe any one of them. I went and I did those things that they said I can't do. So even when people say that Nigeria cannot have an Igbo president or cannot have this, I am here, and by the grace of God, we're going to prove that wrong. You know what? We will put our work in. We will put our hand down. We will put in the work. We're not going to sit down one place and say that, oh no. And by the way, a lot of people, and on this Igbo, on this Igbo presidency, most people, we used to make, we used to laugh at Igbo. We say, they will never support their own. But the thing is that Igbo will not support you if you are not competent. You understand? And now that someone like Peter Obi has come out, and Igbo people, and it's not even all Igbo people that are supporting Peter, because a lot of the leaders did not support him. Now that they are supporting them, people are now coming to say, oh, it's tribal, let it be. Let it be. That time they were voting for PDP, it was not tribalism. They voted for Obasanjo, it was not. Igbos are the ones that will always give you 90-something% vote. They gave it to PDP. 1999 and 2003, they voted Obasanjo. It was not. They were not tribalistic. 2007. And they voted for Yaradua. They were not tribalistic. 2011, they voted for Jonathan. They were not tribalistic. 2015, they voted for, what's his name? Jonathan. They were not tribalistic. 2019, they voted for Atiku. They were not tribalistic. It is 2023 that they voted for Peter Obi that they became tribalistic. Bombastic side eye. Let me even remove my glasses. Criminal offensive side eye, and that's on period, according to my daughter. When will it be fair to our true election? They are not going to be fair. Don't believe in them being fair. So what you're going to do is that, what can we do to ensure we have all the evidence that they cannot do anything to take anything away from that evidence? Simple. You're not going to come and, it's like telling a bully, when will the bully stop bullying me? He will not stop bullying you. You have to stand up to it. That's the only way they will stop bullying. Otherwise, the only other thing is that Nigerians come out en masse and do protests. But guess what? Nigeria will say, no, I don't want to protest. I'm afraid to die. Meanwhile, they are killing them every day. Or they will say, oh, their pastors, their malams will come. Whoa! Nice effort. Thank you. New subscriber. Nice effort, subscriber. Thank you so much. I'm working on I'm almost getting to 100,000 subscribers. Thank you for that. Why are we not allowed to subscribe to this YouTube? Why? Why are we not allowed to? I don't know. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel. Is there? Is there anybody who is having problems subscribing to the channel? Is there anything that is stopping it? Please let me know so that I can take that up with YouTube. Do you ever worry the state could spend? Oh, yeah, sure, I do. It's always there, every day at the back of my mind. It's part of, that the state could specifically target me. Yeah, I do. But I live with it. It's part of my life. And so I just make sure I take the precaution I can take. And anytime. So the only time, and I'm telling you, the only time that I feel a bit relieved and safe, and this thing is when I travel out of the country. And it's not that they can't get me out of the country if they want to, but I know that if they get me out of the country, there are people that are going to investigate and make sure they know what is happening. Oh, that's strange. I will check and find out. That's strange. So for me, I just, I constantly have to worry about my back. It's a normal thing. It's a normal reality for me, but I just live with it. I just don't bother about it. That's the thing. Amen. Thank you, Roland. Honestly, because one of the problems we have is that people always want to self-defeat. And for me, I don't even mind if you want to self-defeat. But Don't try to project your insecurities on me. Don't try to tell me that something cannot happen as in from a point of this thing. No, I'm telling you, I have the knowledge. It's just like during that election, some people will come and tell you, Aisha, you are wasting your time. Obi will not win. I have the knowledge. What kind of stupid knowledge is that? Why don't you work to make him win? The people that are stopping me, do they have two heads? Are they not people like you? For me, I don't believe in that kind of a thing. If I see something that is right, I will go after it. I put my life on the line to make it work. If I don't want to do it, I will carry my own and go. Call the fate of external pattern. Yeah, well, sadly, we are heading towards where Sudan is, where Haiti is, and stuff like that. You see, the thing is that Nigeria is an extremely rich country, and Nigeria has uh very talented people all over the country. And this is one thing, sometimes we look down upon the northern part of the country and think, oh, they don't go to school. No, the northerners are extremely intelligent. I can tell you that. I've been in the north, and they're very innovative. The biggest problem that the north has is that religion has been weaponized against them. Islam has been used as a tool of oppression against a lot of people. And because what they have done, they have not allowed people to learn even about the Islam itself. And that's why people are just used anyhow. And so they don't understand they are right, they don't understand what they're supposed to be. I can tell you the northern part of the country has highly intelligent people with real IQ, very innovative people and all of that, but they've been denied education, they've been oppressed, they've been kept down, they've been told that, oh, when you die, you're going to get, I'm talking about now the Muslim northerners. I'm also a Muslim, and I grew up in the north. I was born and brought up in Kano. And so this has led to people being oppressed and suppressed. So if we have really good leadership, we'll be shocked at the wealth that will be in every part of Nigeria. Please, ma'am, when are you going to speak on the volume of stable food being exported on the day to all parts of this world? Well, there's nothing I'm going to do about that because it's business. There are people who are doing, who sell free food, who export. They do that. They also import a lot of food into Nigeria. There are certain food that need to be exported out of Nigeria. There are also a lot of food that are imported into Nigeria. You can't just stop and say they shouldn't be that export. Instead of us focusing on saying they shouldn't be that export, the government should be focusing on is how do we increase the production? How do we ensure that more and more are being produced so that there will be enough for us to feed at home, and also there will be enough for us to take out? So it's a dicey thing, but you have to find a balance. You can't come out and short and say you don't want export to happen. If you don't do those exports, you won't get money. And it's just like the other time, Niger State governor said he was going to stop his people from selling food to other parts of Nigeria because people in Niger, food is expensive. You don't do that. If you do that, you're going to shortchange the farmers, and next time farmers will not farm because if they don't have money, if they don't have where they can sell it at a high price. So it can be a bit dicey. So it's something, and for me, I would say what is most important is for government to be able to do more. When I say do more, in terms of ensuring that they're able to give the enabling environment for production to happen. Insecurity must be fought. We need to have more mechanization of agriculture. Up to now, people are using hoes and all of that. They mechanize agriculture, insecurity for more resources for them in terms of money, lower capital cost of capital should be greatly reduced. They will have those things that they need like fertilizers and all of that. Those are also some of the things should be championed and the likes of the. Thank you so much, Christian Chukwuemeka. Somebody said 20 sit-up after. Yeah. I like sit-ups. I can do sit-up, but it's push-up. I hate push-ups. Those are the ones that I find very difficult. Actually, is there any hope for democracy and especially if they do? There is hope if we continue to go about it. As helpless as situations is right now, I think it's not more helpless than what it was just before we got our democracy back. So when we have military, it was really hopeless. We never even thought that democracy would come back in Nigeria. People had given up that we're going to have with Abacha, we thought we were going to have a life presidency and all of that. So in spite of all of this happening, it's just people. If people will believe and keep working, that's why they're doing everything. And you know, one of the things I find so funny is that they use people who are educated to keep telling you that certain things will not happen. The biggest problem we have in Nigeria are some of them are amongst the educated ones who believe that that's why you have like an Ola will say to you, oh, he has a PhD in sociology, and then he feel that, oh, Nigeria can never have an Igbo president. What kind of sociology is that? What kind of mindset is that? What kind of thinking is that? Even if somebody says that Nigeria, an Igbo man, can't you say no, me on my watch an Igbo man must be, and you work towards it? It's just putting in the work. So we must also put in the work. We must begin to align ourselves. We now see the problem. Food though is expensive, whether you are Igbo, whether you are Hausa, whether you are Yoruba, whether you are Ibibo, whether you are Isako, whether you are Fulani, whether you are Nupe, whether you are Jukum or whatever. Food is expensive. Food is expensive. Life is difficult in Nigeria. Life is difficult in Nigeria. So right now it's in our interest for us to align and begin to vote in the right people that are going to go there and work for us. So these are some of the things that we also must be, must be prepared to learn and work on. Why has the job become a contentious in the country? Yes, the reason why religion is contentious in Nigeria is because it's a tool. Religion has been weaponized. So what happens is that when they weaponize religion, they are able to get political gain. So for example, if I'm a Muslim and they come and tell us, oh, Christians hate you, Christians are hating you, they are doing this, and then as Christian they will tell you Muslims hate you, blah 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 blah, and you are fighting. When you are fighting, and then they now come to you and say, oh, so I'm a Muslim, vote for me because I'm a Muslim, don't vote for a non-Christian because they'll be fighting and all of that, blah, you people, you go and vote. So that's just what is happening. Meanwhile, you are Muslim, you are Christian, you are all suffering. It doesn't matter whether you are a Muslim, you are a Christian, this thing. Like I said to people during the 2023 election, I said I'm not voting for Peter Obi to go and be my imam in the mosque. If Peter Obi enters the mosque now, he says he wants to lead prayer, me, I will not follow him, because he's not an imam. He's not a Muslim. He doesn't know how to pray the prayer. But if Peter Obi comes and say he wants to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I will follow him. Because why? He has the competence, character, capacity. He's patriotic. He loves Nigeria. He wants to do what is good for the nation. And so that's all that matters. So the reason why you find that other countries that have different people, different religion, they are living in harmony. Nigeria is not living in harmony. Is because some people are using that as a weapon. So, and they use it as political gain. So religion has been weaponized, illiteracy has been weaponized in Nigeria, poverty has also been weaponized. And then the religious rulers, they are being used by the political rulers to be able to continue to have this gain of them, having the things that they like to do in Nigeria. Yeah. Roland says, do you have any? Honestly, currently no. And I know I've been asked to run a time. There was even recently, there was a lot of issue, let me be a running mate and all of that. I said no. And it's not a good thing. And I'm not doing it from a good thing, from a good place. I'm just lazy. And, leadership is a burden. It's such a burden. People think it's all about siren. The way Nigerian this thing look at it, oh, it's siren, you not be enjoying. It's a whole lot of work and it's a whole lot of burden. And I love my freedom. Honestly, I can carry my bag. I'm sure the next few videos that you're gonna see, I'm not gonna be in Nigeria. I've traveled out. I'll be doing my video from anywhere in the world. I love to travel. I love my freedom. If you enter into office, it takes away that freedom for you. If somebody insults me now, like you saw on the show that happened on TV where that guy came and he was insulting, he gave me bath. I gave him boss. But if I'm a public servant, I can't do that. If I'm a public servant, I can't answer him like that. I have to be diplomatic. I have to, because I'm not speaking for myself. It's my people that are speaking. I'm speaking on behalf of my people. So for now, I don't want to do that. It's just like advocacy. I didn't do national advocacy until I was 40 years. It's 10 years ago that I did it, but I've been able to make a lot of impact because I took my time. So the same way with elective office too, when I get to a place where I know I can serve, and I'm ready to do the sacrifice and do it, I will run for office. Probably maybe in the next few years, it's something that, but now it's a no. But one of the things I can say to you is that as in appointment, I will never do an appointment. Now way. God forbid, whether to be a minister, SSDC, or DG of something, or executive secretary. Nah, God forbid, that's not me. That somebody will wake up one day, you cannot tell you anything, say he has sacked you for what now? That one I can tell you I'm not interested in one time. APC is not the only one that has always captured PDP captured the judiciary. Our judiciary has always been captured. It's just that now it is worse, and so it's always been like that over the years, sadly. But we will get to a place where our judiciary will be free one day. But the thing also is that there's a lot of corruption in our judiciary. There's a lot of how do they get in there, and you see more and more these people are putting their wives, their children, their girlfriends, their boyfriends, their whatever into the judiciary. And so, and you know, they don't pay them much, and so it's these people foot their bills, pay their children's school fees, that go to expensive schools, some of them abroad, and over time they take all of these things. I remember in 2015, Wike did not win the Rivers State election. Wike lost it. They stuffed ballot paper, and what happened? PDP, Wike and PDP went to court, and the Supreme Court said that what was it now? Card reader is not admissible in the court, because the card reader clearly showed that the people that were accredited were less than the number of votes that you got. How can you accredit, for example, 100 people and your vote is 300? Where did those votes come from? They just printed and stuffed it. But when they got to Supreme Court, the Supreme Court said that the card reader was not admissible in the court. That was when PDP had control of the judiciary. Now APC has control of the judiciary. They are using it anyhow. But we will get to that place where the judiciary, and that's why for me I talk about evidence. For example, for presidency and everything, governor, can we be polling unit agents and ensure that our polling units, we get our sheet after signing, so that when we go to court, we say, see the copy of the sheet, let's see what they're going to do. That's some of the ways that we're going to. And then if we get in good people into office, and that's why also for me I'm saying we need to get people. For example, who are the people in your state that you think we can get into Senate? Even if it's one person per state, let's start with 36 people or 40 senators. Can we get 40 people into the Senate that we know that we stand for Nigeria? So let's begin to gather this money. Gather these people, gather money for them, help them run for office, get into office, so that they will ask for the real thing. If they are changing laws, making laws, the judiciary can only interpret the law that is on ground. They can't go and be forming their own, right? How can the judiciary be independent of the government? Judiciary being independent of the government is that right from we need to separate where the power that the president has to appoint a CJN and all of that, they need to be separated. We need to have certain offices be the ones that people run for office. I think like Attorney General of the Federation probably needs to be something that people will run for office for it, not the one that is the government that we just, is the executive that we just appoint you. The CJN too, we need to get the process and remove it from the hands of the president appointing the CJN. Then of course we also need to now begin to look at how are people appointed to be judges. What is, there's a lot of corruption that happens there. There's a lot of nepotism. That's where the biggest problem is. We saw Senator Bulkachua, where she talked about the fact that he was able to influence his wife to make decisions that will favor his colleagues in the National Assembly. So these are some of the problems that we need to begin to tackle, all of this is, and they can only be tackled by the legislative arm of government, the House of the National Assembly and State Houses of Assembly. They are the most powerful of them all, but unfortunately they are the ones who really don't care. Why can't Nigeria stand together without fighting each other? Religion has been used to weaponize and keep Nigerian down. And I will share and I will tell you, hello Stella, good evening. Well done. Yes, that's the way it is. For me, I love Nigeria. I love Nigeria. I can't stay anywhere. I can't be any from any country. I love this country, and I'm passionate about it. And for me, that's why I say nobody's gonna take, Nigeria away from me. So when you say why is it that Nigerians can't come together, it's religion. Religion has been used, and tribe has been, but tribe is not even as much as the religious part. And I'll give you example. What has happened is that they keep putting a divide, keep saying that, oh, this religion hates that religion, or this tribe hates that tribe, and so people are fighting each other. And also what they do, they also use religious leaders to say, to keep the people down and keep them short. For example, as a Muslim, they will say to you, oh, don't protest is haram, don't insult your ruler, don't make demands on them. When you die and go to heaven, you will enjoy them. For a Christian, they will say to the Christians, focus on your own personal miracles. There's a lot of miracle that you can get, and then, so why are you bothering government? Well, God can give you big miracles, so don't bother government. So with that, people can't come together, they can't unite. And if you notice, with more hardship that is going on, Hisbah is more active, and you find out that a lot of pastors are giving you different miracles, like the one that said he didn't have money in his account, he went to the bank, and when he got to the bank manager said there's no account. He told him that God will put money in the account. He went to stay in the car. 15 minutes later, God put, is it 15 million? You will hear more of those stories. The more harder things are, is the political rulers and the religious rulers that are working together. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Life Tree Empty says sons should also be allowed to become judges, not only career. I totally agree with you. There are even some places where you have people who are not even lawyers, but based on either their age, their experience, their things, they are certain judges. I think whether it's UK or US, they have those kind of system, certain kind of courts where you can have those kind of judges. So I totally agree with you. Sons also should be allowed to do that. Yeah, so that's the thing for me, is that Nigeria is 114 years old since they did the amalgamation in 1914. In 1914, the amalgamation of the northern and southern protectorate happened, and that was how we had the Niger area that was named by Flora Shaw. It became Nigeria, and it's 114 years. And it is time for me, as far as I'm concerned, as Nigerians, we're supposed to sit down and have the Nigerian conversation where we say, do we want to be together or do we want to be separate? And for me, either way is good. All I want is, let's be people who are happy, people who have good governance, accountability, transparency, development. We shouldn't be where we are. We shouldn't be a poor country. We have everything to be an extremely a rich country. Are you in a state or country? Well, for me, I'm in a state. I'm in a country called Nigeria. I'm in the Federal Capital Territory, so I don't know. It's by the British. Yeah, no, there's really nothing wrong with the name. It came from Niger. It just says the Niger area. So that's the area around river Niger. Okay, except if you say maybe the way they call the river Niger. So that's just, for me, the name really has nothing to do. Even if you change the name of Nigeria today, did we change the people that are leading Nigeria astray? Nigeria was is such a great country. We should have been way better than we currently are. Oh yeah, Williams Jasper said, I totally agree with you. We have a lot of decadence in our society, and we don't, our morale is very low. So integrity is like, you are even shamed for having integrity. So we need to work on that. And the way to work on that is to begin to reward good behavior and punish bad behavior. What we have in Nigeria is that most times bad behavior is rewarded, good behavior is punished, and that's why we have things upside down the way they are currently right now. So if we're able to change that, that's one of the things that really would be able to help us. And then, so when you see all of a sudden you see someone has money, someone didn't have money before, they made you local government chairman, you are now building houses all over the place, people need to go and ask you, where did you get that money? And they need to shame you. And when that begins to happen more, people will not have the impunity for them to just go and be looting and stealing money. But unfortunately, what we have in Nigeria is that some people will say they are thief. He has stolen, but my thief is better than your thief kind of mentality. And at the end of the day, they are all stealing our wealth. Okay, I'm trying to see the questions. Why can't I take it? Okay. Okay, just I'm just trying to read. Okay, I just realized that I can actually read the questions from another phone, right? If I just go in through another phone, so that it's always one kind of say you are looking at the phone and then you're just your eyes are doing this thing. Okay. Yeah, I'm saying it's so weird seeing myself, right? We need servant leaders on every cadre of governance to change the culture of governance. You're absolutely right, Life Tree. We do that's what we need, and that's why we're working so hard to ensure that Peter Obi gets there. See what is happening in Abia State with Alex Oti, the way he has come in there, and imagine if you're having more like Alex Oti in as commissioners in that state, as local government chairmen and women, as councillors, and then as other state governors, is going to get there. Sadly for Nigeria, we've not had servant leaders that are going to care about Nigeria. So Nigeria is great. It's an amazing country. We are full of joy. We're full of life. Even though no matter what life is throwing at us, when life throws lemon at us, we make sweet lemonade and all of that. But it's really a great country that is going there. How do you think the powers of senators will be reduced so that each local government will be autonomous? No, you don't need to reduce the power of senators for local government to be autonomous. But I do believe, for me, one thing is that senators should be removed. It's just a bloody waste of money. We are spending money on people that ordinarily they are not adding value to the governance of the country, and then they are spending so much. Left for me, unicameral legislature is what works for us. Let's just have a House of Representatives and let them be doing the work. But having said that, it's also to say that you don't need to reduce the power of senators for you to have autonomous local government. It's just for them to come together. I think it's going to be, it's like a constitutional change. They need to come together and pass a bill on that, and then with the state houses of assembly, that thing almost passed. It was some states that just refused to give that local government autonomy, but we need the local government autonomy. Local government should have their own autonomy. They should be autonomous, and they should be able to directly take care of their things and the people, and people should be able to hold them accountable. It's just that it's the power of the states that will be reduced, not senators. Or maybe that's what you wanted to write. It's states, but you wrote senators, but it's the power of the states, that will be reduced when you have local government autonomy. What are we going to do? Guinness is everybody's living, and the way it is for me, sometimes you need to hit ground zero before you can rise up again. So that's why I'm feeling maybe in Nigeria we need to suffer to where we get to ground zero, and then we will now have sense to say, this suffering, if we don't do something about it, all of us are going to payment here. Then probably we'll now start working towards that, and also doing the right thing. How can you regulate? Okay, when we talk about Nigeria and say we had name before the British came, we had name for our different places. For example, myself, I'm from Kukuruku Empire. That's the name of my own place. There was the Benin Empire, the Kukuruku Empire, and all of that. So we had our different names, but collectively together, there was no name for this collective that is there. You understand? So we need to be, that's something we need to understand, because we were not even matched together. We were totally different people, but based on the greed of the Europeans, and when they sat down under their table to share everything, share Africa the way they wanted to, that's what has us the problem that we are in today. Because why are you separating Niger from Kano, from Katsina, from I think Sokoto and all of that? Because they are the same people. You just came and you just separate them, and you gave this one to France, gave this one to Britain. So it's a whole lot of things. It's just like if you go to Benin Republic Why are you separating Benin Republic from Lagos, Ogun, and all of that? They are the same people speaking the same language and all of that. If you go to Cameroon also, there's a part of Cameroon that and Nigeria, they are the same people. Adamawa, there's a part of Cameroon that is part of, and so they just separated people into some kind of way that they want to. So I would say there wasn't a name for like the collective that we are the together, the Nigerian that we are together. I don't think there was a name. There wasn't a particularly a name for it. So Sunday David said something. He said, please secure our vote. I will suggest that we take picture, video evidence to the polling unit and the result of it. So, no, it wasn't enough. So that's the thing. The court refused to admit all of those evidence. They are not admissible in the court. So that's one of the problems. The court said that only registered polling unit agents and the sheet that they brought in is what they are going to recognize. So you and I that were there at our polling unit and we took pictures, we took video, we counted them, the court refused to accept that evidence. That's why we must focus on polling unit agents. By now we should have at least 1 million people on ground who are ready to do polling unit agents. Those are the things we need to work towards as we go to the 2027 election. So even if you like, go and take all the video evidence of that thing, the court will just say to you, it's not admissible. And there's nothing you can do. So we need to work on those things. I'm trying to see. Okay. Okay, I think the questions I'm seeing up there. We have about 5 minutes to go. So let me just, shouldn't Peter Obi ditch the LP and form an obedient party soonest? They are already infiltrated and compromised by APC. What I would say on that question is that why can't you and I form an, let's leave Peter Obi, let him keep doing what he's doing. He's a Labour, but why don't you and I sit down and have a conversation and let's get a new party. There's also the fear that INEC might not register a new party. A lot of people have said that INEC is not going to register, but for me, I'm of the opinion, even if they are not going to register, let's go and force them to register it. Let's go and do everything that needs to be done for registration, and let's see. And then if we have a new party, yeah, the Peter Obi sees that it's a new party. Hey, what stops you for us? Say, there's a platform here that you can grow. Why don't you grow this big party? And then there's always a platform for him to come and fall on that, because I do agree with you. Labour Party hasn't been what they are supposed to be. Earlier today, a particular state, they called me, the Labour Party chairman of the state called me that obedient are refusing to work with them. They are saying they want to do local government election, and I said, it's when you want to do election, you want obedient to come and give you numbers and mobilize for you, but you don't want them in the parties. When they want to register in the party, you don't allow them to register. How does that work? Let's say you can't eat your cake and you can't deny people representation in the party, and then you expect that during the election they will come and be working for you. So because he expected I will now go and call and be talking to them. I say, I'm sorry, I can't go and talk to people when you have refused them to enter into those parties. So those are also some of the things that you do. What do you think about the minimum wage, and is it not better to return the subsidy? I've never supported subsidy. I'm always for removal of subsidy, and that was why I was never part of Occupy Nigeria, because I wanted subsidy to be removed. I wanted Jonathan to remove subsidy, even though the way and manner Jonathan worked through it was totally wrong. How can people travel home for Christmas? A lot of Nigerians have traveled, and then you just increase price. People were stranded, and anytime they remove subsidy, they increase price. What do you call it? They are going to increase transport, and people didn't have money to come back. So that all of those things led to people having refusing to accept the fuel subsidy. Some people said, there's corruption, even if they remove it, they are going to eat it, which is what they are doing exactly now. So what I would say to you on the issue of minimum wage, I feel that Labour Party is always fighting the wrong thing. It's not about minimum wage, it's about good governance. Not Labour Party, Labour Union, NLC and TUC, the Labour unions, they are and trade unions, they are fighting the wrong thing. Instead of them to fight for good governance, they are always, the only thing they focus and fight on is for minimum wage. If you like, make minimum wage 1 million naira. If there's no good governance, 1 million naira will not be able to take you home at the end of the month. We saw padding. I think it's not 3 trillion. How many trillion did they say they padded in the National Assembly? Where was Labour Union? Where was NLC and TUC? They kept quiet. Don't they know that it's the money they use to pay their salary that some people are padding and eating? They put borehole 180 something million, abusing 190 something million. They put what street lights 180 something million or something like that. Where was labor union? They kept quiet. It's their money. It's our money that is being eaten. It's the money that we use to pay their salary that is being eaten. So they need to also do something about it and not just focus on minimum wage all the time. Kwankwaso will bring more votes than 30 from the, and I know Kwankwaso. Well, for me, I don't even care about Kwankwaso, honestly. I'm not even interested in doing anything. Kwankwaso, they begged Kwankwaso like no man's business. I myself, personally, Aisha, I did a video. In Hausa. I put it out. I explained it to Kwankwaso. I said, look at Biden. Biden is older than Barack Obama. Yet he was his running mate. Biden, even after Barack Obama ran, he didn't run. He went. It was later he came to. Today he's president. I say you run with Peter Obi. You people will win this thing. Peter Obi enter. When Peter Obi is done, he's coming back to the north. You go and do everything. I can tell you the number of people that spoke to Kwankwaso, the number of prominent Nigerians that were following Kwankwaso, talking to Kwankwaso, doing this thing to Kwankwaso said no. Arrogance. See how many votes he can get now. And even if he had won, Master, he would have said it was because of him that they won. So I beg. If he decide, I don't even have time for that Kwankwaso. Me, honestly, anything that has to do with Kwankwaso, if they decide they are going to do it, well, fine and good. If they don't, because shouldn't Peter okay, what do you think? So do you have any suggestion if we are going to Nigeria? I don't, the question is a bit incomplete, so I don't know how to do it. I think I'm going to answer this last question, and we did quite well with the conversation. Initially the conversation was so slow, so people were not asking questions and everything, but hey, along the way the conversation has really come up, and we really had some good conversation. How can we stop this tribal bigotry and constant hate going on? No, I know someone who constantly abuses Peter Obi for no justification, for no justifiable reasons, and justifies the hardship of this government. So I'm going to tell you this, right? And that's going to be my last question that I'm going to answer for today. So hopefully tomorrow, 9 p.m. West African time, we'll meet again and we'll have a discussion. In the meantime, hit the like button. We only have 39 likes and we have 200 and something people here. Just hit it. Subscribe and all of that. So what I'm going to say to you is that how do we solve it? We will solve it by having a level playing field. That's all. When we have a Nigeria where there's justice, where people get things based on merit, not based on your tribe or who you know, all of these things will go. The reason why this is anger. We are just doing a transfer aggression at each other. Instead of being angry at the people denying us, we are angry at each other. And then you see some tribe when their person is in there, they pack only their people into jobs. So that's what is causing all of this anger. The moment we are able to have a Nigeria where there's level playing field, you get into school because of the number of scores you have, not because you are from one tribe or the other. You get job because you are qualified you're the most qualified for the job, not because of your tribe or religion. Before you know what's happening, all of these things, the anger will go away because people know that it's based on merit. So if you want to get it, just go ahead and work towards it and you will get it. Otherwise, you wouldn't get anything. So these are some of the things that we're going to do. It's not really rocket science. And when you see everything is done, there's equity, there's justice, there's equity, the anger will not be there. It's just that there's so much injustice in Nigeria. That's why it's bringing this anger, and people are just hating on each other. And then we have politicians who are rogues, who are charlatans, who know that they can never get into office based on their merit and based on their qualifications. So what they do is that they always stoke these embers of tribe, of religion, bigotry, to just continue to perpetuate themselves into office. And it's left for us to ensure that we don't allow that to continue to happen. And so at this moment, I'm going to say to every one of you, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for helping me do my exercise, a little bit of my exercise, and that I'll continue to do that until I'm able to get to my weight goal. And then this conversation, of course, let's keep them coming, let's keep them going. And hopefully tomorrow, inshallah, you join me again the same time, 9 p.m. Nigerian time, on this my channel and go. And in the meantime, just you can hit, oh, some people have actually hit the like button. I think we are around, is it 43? Oh my goodness, this thing just went off now. Is it 43? Oh, I can't see it from here. It's only from the other side. From here that I can see. I think we are just, oh yeah, 44 or something now. Somebody has it. So let's just do that. And then you can share, you can subscribe, you can do that. But most importantly, let's just keep talking. And let me tell you this, Nigeria can work in our lifetime. All we need to do is to put in the work. Let's stop saying that, oh, Nigeria will never work. This can never happen. Stop that thing. Stop self-defeating yourself. Nigeria can work in our lifetime. The people that are destroying their Nigeria, they don't have two heads. They have only one head. And good must be more tenacious than evil. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye bye.